Rick Janser, the director of the ABQ BioPark, and welcome here today. We're opening something that's been in the works for several years. We're opening the T. Kevin McNicholas Endangered Species Carousel. And this couldn't have happened without the collaboration between SSA, which is Service Systems Associates, which is our food vendor here at the park, and Julie and the BioPark Society. Together they put up all the money for this wonderful carousel. And I don't know if you guys remember, probably most of you that are under 5 don't, but we used to have camel rides here. And a few years back we thought, you know, it'd be really cool to have an endangered species carousel. So I kept needling SSA and Julie saying, you know, this is something we really need, and it come to fruition. So this used to be an ugly dirt lot, and now look at it. So it's just gorgeous. It's going to really tie this area together with the Park Central, our new master plan, having a playground next door. It's going to be truly a family-friendly environment. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Julie Roop from the BioPark Society.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, I'll have to say you didn't have to needle us very hard. We started talking about this 15 years ago, if you can believe that. So it has been a long time in the making. But it's not just this carousel. I want you to look around. As Rick said, this was the camel yard before, which is weird to even think. It seems so much bigger in here now. Even if you ever rode the camel before, you can see what it was like. But we do. Last night we had a little soiree, and we thanked all those that were helpful in other ways, from the horticulture staff to our River of Light staff. If you see, these are one of a kind. Our fence in the back. All kinds of things were done to really upgrade and make this area wonderful. But our really most, what should I say, the most important person and the most important group that really helped us was Service Systems Associates. We could not have done this without them. They really did pay for the largest portion of this carousel. And without them, this just all would not have been possible. And so I really, again, want to thank Tim Brantley, Sean McNicholas, Greg Edgar, and of course, the leader himself, Kevin McNicholas, KM, to those of us that know and love him. Kevin, give a wave out there just because you're amazing. What I think is so great about Kevin is that he started in this business 60 years ago at a popcorn stand at Bear Stadium, and now they're operating in nearly 50 facilities around the nation. So, I mean, that'll just tell you he thought big, dreamed big, and he made it happen. And that's really sort of how they are with everything they do. They're truly a partner. They could have upgraded their facilities, but instead they chose to help get us a carousel so that we in turn could raise more money to give back to the facility. That in itself is just amazing. Kevin has a long tradition donating services and helping those who could use a boost. The T. Kevin McNicholas Foundation, a nonprofit education foundation, was established to focus on the education needs of young people, preparing them to enter the workforce with character, ethics, and leadership skills. I just want to say, in addition to that, I know they've given hundreds of thousands of dollars in conservation funds to other facilities around the nation. And on a personal note, they've given everything from meals and snacks from events to meetings that we have to great auction items, including Broncos tickets, which, by the way, is a great auction item, and even helping us transport animals. Most recently, the Tasmanian devils from California to here. So they had, gotten all the way to California from Australia, and then they still needed to get here, and they made it happen. But that's the kind of people that Tim, Sean, Greg, and especially Kevin, that's what they're all about. They're really about being a true partner. So again, I just want to thank you all. Please, the whole gang of you, will you wave, just because I want everyone to know they're amazing people. Anyway, I could keep you here all day, so and I know you don't want that because you want to get on this carousel. It just brings back the child in everybody. But before that, I want to introduce to you to our Chief of Staff, Gilbert Montano, who's going to tell you a little bit more about this carousel.
Good morning. What an exciting addition again we have to our Albuquerque BioPark. Not to mention that this still is the #1 attraction in the entire state of New Mexico. to be able to open this up and cut the ribbon on something that I know my kids are excited to try, and I know many other families' kids are excited to try, is just a really awesome opportunity. I think a lot of the thank yous have already been said, but I don't want to remiss and not say them as well. Thank you to the BioPark Society. I think one of the key important elements of this is not a city taxpayer funded addition, expansion, or anything of the nature. It was publicly financed, and publicly funds were raised for us to be able to utilize that. And that just demonstrates the collaborative nature and the love people have for our biopark. What an awesome deal where we can have folks like Mr. Nichols of Service System Associates join our biopark in the city and join to have such a cool event and a really cool just attraction. I think this is really going to become attraction for the city of Albuquerque. This was $1 million, and that's not small money in any sort of way, and that $1 million covers everything that you see behind us. That's not a drop in the bucket, and we're very thankful for it. But most important, I think, it really demonstrates and helps the younger generations and those in the middle and at the other end of the spectrum to understand the need for and the awareness that we have to have for endangered species. We have some hand-painted endangered animals. There's over 30 between the white rhino, the Mexican gray wolf, and the Tasmanian devil, and they were hand-painted by a gentleman named Chance Rides. Something else kind of exciting is for really all walks of life. There's an ADA accessible swan, there's a spinning tub for small children, and each one of those animals is also being sponsored by. So there's still 6 available, so if any other folks want to sponsor them, please let the BioPark Society know. But just on behalf of the mayor, we couldn't be more thankful, more excited, more enthusiastic to continue to see our biopark grow, flourish, and just remain and become the #1 attraction in the state.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.